boys and ghouls, and welcome to a very special off-season of Everything Horror, where I, a sponsor, and one of the many guests on the podcast, Christelle Lovebello, will be interviewing the two of the screen team behind Everything Horror Podcast, Tessa Baker and Paul Dulce. Say hey, guys.
Hey!
What's going on?
Now, I get the honor to do this. So I hope my lucky 13 questions entertain you guys. So sit back, relax.
Oh, we'll entertain you.
Enjoy this awesome, always entertaining, and enjoy this podcast. So, what got you guys into horror?
I guess it all started for me when I was young. What got me into horror was the Child's Play movies, The Nightmare on Elm Street, Stephen King, Tales from the Crypt, and Tales from the Dark Side. You think that like most 8-year-olds would be afraid of Chucky, but no, not me. I thought he was great.
Who doesn't want to play with Chucky?
Yeah, I know, right? So I guess that's what got me into horror. I was introduced to horror at a young age, so it's kind of been a part of my life ever since.
Cool, Paul. What got you into horror?
Well, I'm going to go back to my childhood a little bit. First, I want to say that book series-wise, I got into Goosebumps. I just love R.L. Stein's books. And one of my favorites had to be, like, or a few of my favorites had to be, like, The Abominable Snowman, the Bat one, which I can't exactly recall what it exactly is called, but it's like the Bat one, where you get to make your own stories.
Oh, yeah, I know it's really fun. I think so.
Of course, Night of the Living Dummy. With Slappy.
Good old Slappy.
Fucking Slappy. Woo!
Yeah, the Goosebumps books were great.
Yep. Other than that, I guess you could say, before I really got into, like, horror movie-wise, yes, this is going to be childish for a minute, but it's true. But I used to watch on Nickelodeon the Are You Afraid of the Dark series.
I love Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Me too.
And, I mean, that right there, as a kid, kind of, at first, you could say scared the shit out of me, because it's just like, I don't know if this is real or not yet, because I was just that young. So, and then later on, I stayed up late one night and watched, like, my dad watch, I'm assuming it's Bram Stoker's Dracula, with, like, the only part that I remember so far always is the werewolf scene, where the werewolf is, like, putting the lady down on the table for, like, a ritual or a sacrifice or something. And then I got into, like, Aliens, of course. And as for gaming-wise, Resident Evil. Resident Evil 2 was actually the first one I got. I started, loved it, so I had to play all of them.
See, I wish I had played all the Resident Evils, but after the third one, to me, I don't know.
Yeah, you
but
didn't
that was
like
definitely one of the ones that got me into it too. I didn't play the fourth one.
You didn't.
After the third one, I just stopped playing them.
I know you're supposed to be interviewing us, but just out of curiosity, Krista, what made you not want to do Resident Evil 4? I'm just curious.
It wasn't the same to me as the other ones. Like, it went from zombies to, like, some other off thing that I was like, this Resident Evil was supposed to be about the zombies. And this isn't zombies. This is, like, infected people.
Right, but you gotta...
So I was like...
Well, you gotta think of it as the first 3, you're in the United States, technically, in Raccoon City Police Department, pretty much, kind of thing. Except for the first one where you're in the mansion. But, the fourth one is overseas in Europe, so you gotta think, like, there must be different type of creatures, I guess, will be the appropriate word for, like, different type of things. So Europe will definitely have, like, the more crazier, bizarre, fucked up creatures like there is in Resident Evil 4. But that's all I just wanted to know. I played it just because it was different. It continued me on stories, and the only other reason why I played it is because of Shinji Mikami's last Resident Evil game. Period.
If they ever bring it to the PlayStation 4, I might play it. I mean, I hear nothing but good things about it, so
They did
I mean,
bring it to the PS4.
I might end up play it. Oh, did they?
Yep.
Oh, then I did play it.
All right, sweet.
But let's see. Since we kind of got into that, about the childhood things, I know I talked about it in my interview about how my grandpa was the main reason I got into horror, and all the fond memories I have with him watching the Creek shows and Tales from the Crypt and having that big bond with him with the horror. Are there any fond memories you guys have of horror? Something that just makes you warm and fuzzy from your childhood that you got to spend with somebody or just with friends that really, like, is horror related?
Well, I used to watch The Munsters with my dad.
Oh, I love that show.
I love The Munsters.
So I guess one of my fond memories is actually, sitting in the living room with my dad and watching The Munsters and...
Three Stooges. I know it's not horror, but I'm just throwing it out there. But I used to watch Three Stooges also with.
But my dad liked horror like I did. So he was actually the one that introduced me to like Child's Play and stuff like that. But one of my fond memories, I would have to say, is watching The Munsters with my dad.
That's a good memory. I watched that with my grandpa too, The Munsters. And the Three Stooges.
Yeah, besides the Monsters, because I used to actually even watch that not only with just my father, but even my grandmother. My grandmother loved Monsters too, so, like, every now and then we would go over to, like, the other apartment side, because where I lived, we had, like, a couple, like, I don't know what you would want to technically call it a word, but I want to say, like, almost like a house complex thing. Like, there was multiple houses, but it was, like, attached to the same building. Anyway, because it didn't really act like an apartment, but it were, like, its own houses. But anyway, yeah. So all we would have to do was just walk, like, 10 feet, get into, like, my grandmother's place and sit down in her living room and watch the Monsters together. So that was nice.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, and also, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I thought of one other memory I had. My mom and we both liked Stephen King, and one of our favorite movies that we actually liked to watch together was Rose Red.
Good movie.
Oh man, it is a good movie.
Yeah, it's actually one of my favorites, but
long as hell, but worth it.
Oh, worth it.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I guess some of my fondest memories were watching, like, The Munsters and Rose Red with my parents.
Yep.
Okay, you can go on now.
See?
I just thought of that.
Horror brings good, makes you feel bubbly inside when you think about stuff when you're a kid and stuff like that. A lot of people don't think a lot of kids watch horror and things like that, but you'd be surprised. It brings a lot of people together, as creepy as it is. Let's see. All right. We pretty much talked about the
Well, just as you kind of just said, because I just thought of it as soon as you just said that. But that's kind of one of the reasons why we started this podcast is just because me and Tessa here, we just love horror and everything about it. So I don't know, what else could you add to that, babe? Real quick.
Oh, why we decided to do this podcast?
Yeah.
Besides our love of horror and all things scary and creepy, we just wanted to bring something, I guess you could say, different to the table, because you see all these other people doing all these other different types of podcasts, and you don't really see people doing, like, like an everything horror podcast where you just talk about everything horror, from movies to games to soundtracks to figurines to whatever.
Yeah, you may see like maybe a podcast specifically of like one thing.
Topic, not
a
wide range.
A wide range, yeah.
Since Paul and I started this together, it's actually been a lot of fun, and we really enjoy it. And we hope that our listeners enjoy it as well.
Yeah, so anybody listening, we already have season 2 lined up to like the 10 episodes already. We just started making a list for season 3, so
we've been brainstorming.
We've been brainstorming a lot lately.
So brace yourselves, kiddos.
Yeah, we got some tricks and treats in the bag.
The question is, which one do you want?
I'm partial to the tricks. I'll get my treats later.
But yeah, continue on, Crystal.
Let's see. All right, so we talked about what fond memories and what got you into horror. I kind of spoke about a little bit about shows. So I know you guys said the monsters and things like that, but are there any other horror shows that you watched as a child, like the monsters and Are You Afraid of the Dark? Or anything else you watched?
Are You Afraid of the Dark? Real Monsters, The Monsters.
Real Monsters. It's just criminal, Belina.
Tales from the Dark Side, Tales from the Crypt. Tales from the Crypt and Tales from the Dark Side actually have played like a really big part.
No, I gotta look at something.
Like more recent series, American Horror Story. I actually enjoy. Let me see here.
I can't find the year, damn it. But now that I'm thinking about it more and I'm looking right at it, is Puppet Master. You gotta love it.
Oh man, the Puppet Masters, boy. I love the Puppet Masters.
Yeah, the Puppet Masters are great. Are you talking about like series in general, or TV series, or just
I think
any of
like
it?
Anything in general, really, too.
Just anything in general, like.
Well, I love the Child's Play, aka Chucky franchise, and the Nightmare on Elm Street is a series.
Friday the 13th,
Friday the 13th.
That's right.
And the Aliens, and all of those, as far as like series movies go. Hellraiser.
You love The Thing.
Yeah, I did like The Thing.
I know it's not really a series.
It's not a series, but it's a great movie.
It is a great movie, but I just threw it out there because there is the original, and then there's also the remake. So. And we cannot forget.
Also, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yep. And then The Exorcist.
And The Exorcist, yeah.
The Exorcist.
The original Exorcist scared the shit out of me when I was younger. That's what scared the shit out of me.
That year, those freaking special effects were like spot on.
On point. For sure.
No one knew that puke was pea soup. Like, you wouldn't even think that was pea soup that they were shooting out.
Exactly.
You wouldn't even think about that.
Oh, and I can't forget Halloween. Halloween is also great.
Yes.
Oh man.
And then
that's my movies right there.
Night of the Living Dead and the Return of the Living Dead.
Return of the Living Dead. Night of the Demons. Does anybody even know that series? But yeah.
Come on up.
Evil Dead.
Oh yeah, Evil Dead, of course.
Yeah, Evil Dead.
Bruce Campbell. Which
Amityville.
I
like the first couple originals.
I like the original. The remake wasn't bad, but they need to stop making that fucking movies for Amityville. It's turning into way too much. There's actually a new one coming out, if it's not already out, called Amityville Terror or some shit. Stop!
Oh God.
Yeah,
They have milked that cow dry, and now they're just beating its corpse. There's nothing else to get out of that.
Alright, I don't know about anybody else here, but I thought that this series was kind of comedic. The Leprechaun series. With Warwick Davis. I could not be scared of that series if I tried. Like, it's way too funny for me. Like, I laugh at just about everything he does.
Like, if they would have made, like, the movies more scarier, I can see why people would be scared of Leprechaun. Because he was kind of creepy. But, like you said, the whole movie's just comedic. Especially the one where he's in the hood and it kills the dude with the hair pick. Come on now.
Yeah, that's why I think the first three are, like...
Yeah, so you take Warwick Davis, who's played in the movie Willow, and then you put him in a movie like The Leprechaun as something that's supposed to be scary, but he really isn't. But they're still good movies. I mean, the first three, like Paul said, are good.
The only good ones.
Yeah, they're good. But the rest of them, you're just like, what the hell am I watching?
Yeah, like, what the fuck happened to this horror thing, and then now it's all comedy shit.
Well, that's just like the Hellraisers. The Hellraisers, like, 1 through 4 were spectacular, and then they just steadily declined. And I was just like,
my
why?
favorite. Hellraiser Bloodline is my favorite.
I like Hellraiser or Hell on Earth.
I don't know, my favorite one is Hellraiser, the first one. That's probably my favorite one.
Yeah, I like that one too, but I definitely like the idea of Hell on Earth too, because
oh my god, I can't believe I forgot this. I forgot this completely, but one of the movies that I actually got into when I was little, that's also nostalgic in nature because I used to watch this with both my parents, was the Monster Squad. Now this is a 1980s movie, and it's based on like Dracula, the Wolfman, Frankenstein, and all of them. It's actually really good.
Well then, if we're going back to old school, then we can't forget the Universal Studios monsters. The black and white.
Yes. Yeah. This is old school too.
Yeah, and then the last series that I can see that I mentioned in a past podcast, but for now is also the Halloween. There's 6 Halloween plus the remake, which I saw the remake, which I was kind of skeptical about, but I thought they pulled off the remake pretty well.
Yeah, I like those too.
I don't think I've seen the remake. I've seen the original. I haven't seen the remake of the Halloween.
I watched it when I had Screambox because it was on there. So
I have to go check out, see if it's on YouTube, and watch it.
Yeah, why not?
Or try to get it on Amazon or something.
Yeah, Amazon should have it. But,
let's see.
Yeah, what's next?
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, what's next?
All right, so y'all talked about y'all's movies, but is there a specific horror movie that's your favorite out of any of them, or more than one that's your favorite?
Oh God, it's so hard to narrow. But I'll do my best.
Is there a specific order in your list? Because I know there isn't in mine.
There isn't really a specific order, but like I said, Stephen King, Rose Red. That's one of my favorites. The Tales from the Dark Side movie is also a favorite.
Which one?
Tales from the Dark Side.
Oh wait, I'm thinking of Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Monster Squad, the 1980s Monster Squad. I enjoyed the Creep shows, the first 2, 1 and 2, just to be specific because the third was shit.
That one doesn't exist. We don't talk about the third one.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't Be Afraid of the Dark, The Rite, The Exorcist, let's see here, Night of the Living Dead, the black and white version. They're coming to get you, Barbara. They're coming for you, Barbara. Shit. Let's see here. What else?
I'm actually surprised something else is not on your list, though. But
I'm looking to see here because we have like our whole like movie collection right here in front of us.
Well, some of it. I thought one like over there that you like.
The Thing. It's not really a horror one per se, but it's called The Witches. And it's a 1980s and it has Angelica Houston in it.
Houston?
Yeah, Houston, thank you. Yeah, it's got Angelica Houston in it. And I just thought it was great.
When they turn the little boys into the mice?
Yes.
I love that one.
It's not really horror per se, but I loved how they did her as a character. Yeah. I like how they did her as like the Grand High Witch in that movie. I thought it was phenomenal. Nosferatu. And I think I'm going to cut my list off there because I can keep going and going and going. And I'm going to hand the mic over to Paul now.
Well, okay, so since we're not doing any specific order, but I'm going to say Nosferatu again. I love that silent and black and white film, even though a lot of people don't like it, but whatever, fuck them. I guess you could say another favorite of mine would have to be the original Wreck, which a lot of people would probably know it as Quarantine, but Wreck was the original, and that's Spanish, not what America gave us. So, just throwing it out there. Of course, I'm going to have to say, like, Friday the 13th. I don't know which... I'm just going to say Friday the 13th in general, because I just like them all. Mm-hmm. So, there's really no specific film I really like the most. Let's see. I'm going to have to throw in The Witch, though. The Robert Eggers one. I really enjoyed that film a lot.
Yeah, that was really great. I like that one as well.
Of course, I love Chucky. I love Nightmare on Elm Street.
Mm-hmm.
The Thing, of course. And yeah, I think I'll cut my list off there. Oh, and I can't believe I didn't notice.
You got one more.
Yep. Alien franchise.
Alien franchise.
I was about to say, I didn't hear aliens come out your mouth. I was like, did you not going to see aliens?
Yeah,
but our horror list can go on for days because we just love horror.
I did enjoy the
Trick or Treat.
That too.
Trick or Treat's a favorite with the one with
Trick
Sam.
or Treat.
Yeah, the one with Sam.
Yeah, I like that movie.
Yeah, and just in case people didn't hear me, but I said I enjoyed the Silent Hill films too.
Yeah, those were great as well.
The second one was
that's how I am.
different.
That was okay.
But it was interesting how they changed the story a little bit. But other than that, I forgave it.
Cool. Well, that's like me. I really can't say I have a favorite. My list goes on forever. Yep. I mean, of course, the Halloweens, are probably one of my tops, and then the all black and white, Night of the Living Dead. I mean, it's so hard to pick one favorite, especially when you grow up with horror. So.
And then I just gotta throw in one more too.
Fright Night. I love Fright Night.
And I love Martyrs.
Yeah. I was waiting for you to say that. I'm looking at it and I'm looking at you.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I was wondering if I wanted to say it though.
Yeah, the original French version, right?
Yes.
Yeah, not that other one.
Not the piece of shit U.S. version. No.
Oh God. See, I also have another favorite is the People Under the Stairs. I'm sure y'all
Yes. What's Craven? Oh my God,
yes.
I love People Under the Stairs.
Have you ever seen...
Pet Cemeteries?
Yep, Stephen King.
Pet Cemeteries, oh my God, yes.
But, Crystal-wise, have you ever seen a movie called The Innkeepers?
Oh yeah, that one's good.
I don't think I've seen that one.
It was on Netflix, so I would check Netflix or Amazon.
Lost Boys.
Oh, yeah.
Lost Boys.
I love the Lost Boys.
Alright, we're getting off track here. We're gonna start listing so many that the podcast is gonna run for like 5 hours. So, what's next?
Okay, so, We talked about in my interview. We all know I'm terrified of Michael Myers. Even to this day, I'm terrified of.
Yep.
Is there any horror icon that you're scared of as a child? Anyone that made you creep out, you didn't like, it scared you?
I think for me, I'm gonna start this one off then. I think for me it was Freddy Krueger because of the idea about being in your dreams and killing you in your dreams and then you're dead in like real life. So I want to say he definitely creeped me out when I was a kid. Blair Witch Project, you know that's lame as hell, but I thought
the idea of it.
The idea of it was like creepy too.
I wouldn't go in the woods for all for like the Blair Witch. Because I would swear I saw like the little wood sticks in my trees that were like the people. So I'd like, oh shit. That's bad.
I gotta die!
Why are you in the back of my house, Blair Witch? Get out of here.
For me? I would have to say a horror icon that creeped me out when I was younger. Leatherface.
I can see that one.
Because it's based off of like real
true events,
true events, like shit that's happened. So
I forget the real guy's name, but yeah, he really did wear other people's faces too. Yeah.
Yeah. So he, Ed Gein.
Oh yeah.
Ed Gein. So Leatherface was definitely one that I was creeped out by. Younger age wise because of the fact that it was real. It was something that really happened. And I guess for a more fictional per se, I would have to go with Paul on Freddy Krueger. But as I got older, I became less afraid of both Freddy Krueger and Leatherface. The concept of the idea of being murdered in your dreams. You know, you die in your dreams, you die for real type of thing. That's more or less what I'm talking about. Visually speaking, Freddy Krueger's appearance didn't really scare me. It's just the idea of what he could do to you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to clarify.
Yeah, just because he can trick you into, like, being one of your folks or something.
Yeah, like, being someone close to you.
Yeah.
Putting in that false security of thinking that you're in your normal home, and then he's got you, and you're dead.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bang, you're dead.
And it also is that, you know, it's true in real life. People do die in their sleep. Whether it be their dream of falling or whatever it is, people have died, you know, people die in their sleep. So, I mean, you know, it kind of makes you think, you know, how they die.
Which,
so,
I'm just going to throw it out there, but when I do die, I really do hope it's in my sleep. That way it's less painful.
I think we would all be in agreement with that. No one wants to
I have to agree. I'd rather not, you know, be alive and die. I'd rather be asleep.
Yep. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Let's see. Anyone else?
I get Chucky, like, just because of the whole doll coming to life, so it made me think, like, oh great, what toy's gonna come to life and murder me in my sleep?
As far as dolls go, Chucky really didn't scare me, but you know who kind of creeped me out? You guys probably don't know this one, but Dolly Dearest.
Yes, I know that one.
She creeped me out. She creeped me out worse than Chucky did.
I wouldn't really say Chucky creeped me out, but just the idea of, like, a toy coming to life to murder you was, like...
Yeah, but as far as that goes, in comparison, Dolly Dearest definitely ranks higher up on the creepy scale for me.
I'll agree with that.
But don't get me wrong, I love Chucky. I think Chucky is awesome.
I cannot wait for Cult of Chucky.
Cannot wait for Cult of Chucky to come out. But
when does that come up, y'all know?
October 20th is the window that I just found out about.
For the release date.
So now we know the date to go see the Chucky movie. So I didn't know it, but now we all know.
Oh,
I'm probably gonna go see it. I've seen the Chucky, so I'm gonna go see it.
speaking of, hang on, before I lose my train of thought too. But Crypto, I know you mentioned Halloween and stuff, but did you see what I sent in the messenger the other day about that new Halloween movie, The Night Evil Died, or whatever the hell it's called? That's coming out this year. That's not John Carpenter's, because John Carpenter's is next year. But they're actually putting out another Halloween this year, apparently, like The Night the Evil Died, or whatever the fuck they call it.
It's not gonna be good.
No, probably not.
If they don't have John Carpenter working with it, it hasn't been good. Like the Rob Zombie movies.
Fuck Rob Zombie's Halloween. Those don't even exist to me.
Those don't. We don't talk about them.
No.
They're terrible.
No. Yeah. Garbage.
Don't watch them. Soundtracks are good, but the movies suck shit.
I don't even like the soundtrack.
Oh, I do. But then again, it has like rock music and stuff. I'm like, hey, I can deal with this.
Right.
Let's see. We talked about horror icons that scared you. Is there anything? Now this could be real. Like this is real life. Is there anything that scares you today? Like me, I'm terrified of roaches. Is there anything that scares you personally? Whether it be drowning, falling off a cliff, being shot, roaches, a room full of roaches.
I'm not a fan of cockroaches. I also have a really bad fear of falling from high places.
Yeah, I hate heights.
And then something that could be real but isn't necessarily real that I could be kind of on edge about. I would have to say, example would be like from the movie The Mirrors.
Oh.
Where I forget his name, but his sister's in the bathtub, and she's taking a bath, and then all of a sudden, like, you see her reflection in the mirror just like rip her jaw off, and you got her tongue coming out and everything. I guess I'd be on edge about something like that.
Or like a reality thing.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
What about you, Paul?
Else. Heights, for sure. I definitely do not like heights at all. I used to not mind them, but then I think after my little incident back in 2007 when I fell and like should have died but didn't die thing, that's a story for another day, but what to say, it was about it felt like a 20 feet drop. I'm not good with how high it was because, like I said, I hate heights. But anyway, I landed on, like, nothing but shallow water and rocks. So, and I actually landed like I was sitting in a lawn chair. So, and the only thing that I got out of it was, like, a sprained ankle and a couple cuts. But, yeah, my friends that were with me thought that I was gonna be killed when I hit the ground. But, yeah.
Well, at least, luckily, you're still here.
Right?
So that's
agreed.
Yeah, otherwise we wouldn't be talking about this.
I mean, we wouldn't
and I wouldn't be with Tessa.
We wouldn't have the podcast.
I wouldn't
have met Tessa.
Yeah. You wouldn't have gotten through to Evil Within without me.
I'd have been still stuck on that same fucking chapter forever.
God damn it!
Fuck this game, I'm done with it.
I'm done!
Going on something else.
I guess kind of like with the whole Chucky thing, but what about, well, I know it's not reality, but kind of back to what we were saying about creepiness when we were younger, I guess. But I know it's not really, I know I was like teenager, I believe, when this came out, but dead silent. Like, the idea of that, if I saw that, like, when I was little, yeah, that would have freaked the shit out of me.
I think if I just saw Dead Silence when I was younger, I think that definitely would have scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
like some of the horror movies that they've come up with now, if they had made them back or released them back then, I think that I would have been afraid of more things.
Agreed.
But so while we're on the subject of talking about things that we're like afraid of per se, or concepts that we're afraid of, I was kind of, I guess I was kind of a little wigged out by the idea of the Lamia in Drag Me to Hell. That entity just stalking you and being relentless and tormenting you, and poor kitten.
Mm-hmm.
So
That poor kitty.
So I would definitely have to say, like, as far as entities go, the Lamia, definitely was freaky.
I can dig it. I mean, there's people that do have stuff like that happens to them too. Like entities stick to them no matter where they go. They follow them from place to place, continuously torturing them and tormenting them.
I definitely.
So as for real, what's?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I would definitely not want to be that girl in that movie, for sure.
That bitch got what she deserved.
She got what she deserved, but I'm glad I wasn't her.
Yeah, it could be her or not me. You can take whatever you got with you. Don't leave it in my house.
Yeah, exactly.
Bye. Take it with you. Let's see. We talked about a lot of our childhood stuff. Let's see. First horror game that you played as a kid. Mine was Resident Evil, and then it was the House of the Dead games. What was the first horror game you guys played as a kid?
House of the Dead, then Resident Evil 2, somewhere right around that neighborhood.
Resident Evil, House of the Dead, let me see here, Silent Hill.
Yep. Fatal Frame.
I tried Fatal Frame once, but I never completed it.
Fatal Frame, oh my god.
Fear.
I like Fatal Frame because it's based on true events.
So, yeah.
Now, did any of them games scare you as a kid? Like, Resident Evil used to scare the shit out of me when I couldn't play in the dark. I had like lights on to play Resident Evil as a kid. Did any of them games scare you guys when y'all were younger?
Fatal Frame scared me.
Yeah, Fatal Frame was definitely like a what the fuck.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially when your only weapon was the camera, so you had to take pictures of the ghost. That's kind of terrifying because it's just like, am I gonna have enough film to even defeat this thing?
Oh man, that was like the predecessor to the Outlast games. Like that was old school Outlast, but with ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because all you had was your camera.
Yep.
Yeah, as far as horror games go nowadays, Outlast definitely scared the shit out of me. Like, I've only played it once. Well, let's just put it this way, once was enough for me. Because I jump at shit like that, but Paul's like, babe, you got this. Just do it. You got this. I still have to play The Evil Within, but
it's such a good game. You got to. Oh my god.
Oh, I gotta throw another one in. Dead Space.
Dead Space was a fun game.
Yeah, I like Dead Space, and
Yeah, Dead Space kind of creeped me out, but that's probably because when I played it a long time ago, I would actually have the headphones on, and this is back when I used to work, like, second shift, so I would get home at, like, 11 o'clock at night, and eat, and then I would go into my room, put the game on, put the headphones on, because my mother would be asleep for going to work the next day, or stuff, and then, of course, I'm up until, like, 2:33, so that doesn't really help at all either. But yeah, Dead Space, definitely the first one anyway, that creeped the shit out of me just because of those random noises and shit.
Hey babe, how about Emily Wants to Play?
Fuck that game.
Oh god.
Fuck
I hate that
game.
fucking game.
I was sitting here watching. I was sitting here watching him play it, and I'm like, oh no. I was like, I don't have the patience for that shit. And he's like, my boyfriend dropping F-bombs and shit, and fuck this game, and fuck you, Emily. And I'm like, wow, babe.
It's like Paul asked me, how'd you like that game Emily wants to play? I'm like, fuck this game. I fucking hate it.
Whoever designed that game wanted to make sure that they got underneath the player's skin.
Oh,
they made damn sure.
Speaking of underneath skins, since you mentioned Outlast, and this can go for everybody now, but after reading the article there that I showed you all about how Outlast 2 got banned from Australia because of that certain part, without giving too much away, what are you guys' thoughts on Outlast 2 now?
We're fucked.
Yeah, we're fucked.
That's all I have to say is we're fucked.
Yeah. Be ready for it. You're gonna surprise you. That's all I can say. You're gonna be surprised.
Yeah, you're in for a surprise, listeners. If you're planning on playing Outlast 2, oh boy, they pulled out the stops on this one.
Let's just put it this way.
They pulled the big guns.
Yeah, let's just put it this way. Go back to episode 5 of the regular podcast here, not off-season, but episode 5 called Outlast the Horror, which Tessa here hosted it herself, which was the first and only podcast so far of all-female, all-lady podcast. She did a very good job on it. But
thank you, baby.
You can learn a little bit more about Outlast, of what Red Barrel wanted to do with the game, but they decided not to, which, yeah. I'll just leave it as that.
Yeah.
Just go back and listen and start taking notes, and then maybe you might be,
piece it together.
Yeah, piecing it together.
Yeah, we were very informative in that episode, so yeah, definitely go back and give it a listen.
Yeah, I made sure that Tessa mentioned that one specific thing. But, yeah. Anyway, I'm trying to remember now what we were talking about.
Favorite horror games as a kid.
Oh, how we, like, as of now. Yeah, Dead Space was, like, one of the creepy ones. Fatal Frame, of course.
Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot this. Doom.
You got scared of Doom?
No, I didn't get scared of Doom, but I enjoyed playing Doom, like the classic
Well, we haven't
Doom.
gotten there yet.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten that far, but okay, Doom. We're talking about getting scared, babe. Jeez, I'm crimers. Yeah, I guess that's really it for me.
Until Dawn kind of messed with me a little bit, but
I loved Until Dawn. It didn't mess with me, but I mean,
but it was great.
It didn't mess with me. It's scary. It was a great game, yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely great.
I like the whole like Indian mythology in that game with the whole Wendigo.
The first time I ever saw the Wendigo, though, I did jump like maybe 5 feet off the bed.
I think we all jumped when the Wendigo popped up.
Except me.
I know I jumped.
I know I didn't. I kind of expected something.
Well, I'm hoping when another game in particular comes out, I hope it gets you real.
Like I said this off the podcast, I believe, which I'm going to say it right now so that it's actually recorded and people can have heard me say it now. I want a game that scared me. I haven't had a game that scared me in so long, and it's pissing me off.
So, listeners, if you have any suggestions to any games that Paul should play that would scare him, please, feel free. And
I only have PC and PlayStation, so kind of keep it between those two. I do not touch the gay box, or AKA Xbox. That shit would be thrown out my window faster than it can come into my house. Yeah. So, PC and PlayStation are the two consoles I mainly play on.
Well, if you have any ideas, guys, shooting paws away. I would love to see them get scared. I would want to see it on Twitch so bad. I'd laugh. So send us some games his way. So he's scared and I can laugh at him.
Would be interesting.
I can already name one game right now that's going to be coming out that I know for a fact is going to scare the shit out of me. And that's,
which one?
And that's Visage.
Ah, yes.
Visage is going to scare the shit out of me. I'm already going to openly admit that right now. I'm probably going to jump like a little bitch, but it's
going to be worth it.
It's reasonable.
Speaking of Visage, since we're on top of Visage, we are going to be having a Visage episode, so stay tuned for that. But I just wanted to throw it out there that I actually joined the Christmas club this year in my job, so I could get some money in November to have for like Black Friday and stuff. So I'm really, really hoping Sony does like a sale bundle thing on the VR, because I will pick one up. Just because of the fact that I have a feeling if I were to do VR, it might actually scare me more than it would regularly playing.
Yeah, because Ghost Theory is supposed to be in VR as well.
Yes. Which, Crystal, have you heard of that game? Ghost Theory?
Ghost Theories? I haven't heard of that one.
God. We just watched some alpha footage the other night or last night, whenever it was.
Yeah, yesterday.
Oh my God, Crystal! I need to show you that link because I want to pre-order the game before it comes out. So
that's probably going to be the other game that scares me because it's VR.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of VR, right now we're borrowing our friend's HTC Vive, and I got the paranormal. It's called Paranormal like Lost Soul or something like that.
Oh, did that finally come out?
It's really fucking scary. Yes.
Yes.
I think it's still kind of like in beta, but it scares the shit out of me.
I was actually looking at that, and I'm like, they're making a Paranormal Activity game? I'm like, damn.
It's actually pretty good. It scared me like 3 times already.
Damn.
You hear me in the bedroom going, oh, fuck, and my roommate would start laughing at me. I'm like, shut up, it's not funny.
Well, it is.
It is, because I'm constantly cussing. The dog scared me one time. She moved in the futon chair, and it scraped against the floor. And I think I jumped 10 feet in the air, because I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
I'm such a big old scaredy cat.
Okay, so I got a question. This because we're thinking about, like, scary shit to scare us, like, in the future now. But have you guys ever watched so much horror, or like, watched like certain specific thing where like you couldn't go to sleep because like you were so fucking paranoid?
When we were up one night and you were showing me gameplay for Masuka playing PT, I couldn't sleep very well that night because I kept seeing the woman.
Lisa?
Yeah.
Laura?
Yeah, Lisa. Or Lisa or whatever. I kept seeing, like, her thing in our doorway. So I'm just kind of like... Yeah. So that's another game that I won't play because I watch gameplay for that, and I watched Paul play, like, the first couple of minutes of that.
And she says...
And I said, fuck that game. Oh, no. Oh, no. Hell no.
Well, since we're talking about PT, babe. So,
PT,
I know... Yeah, PT. Explain yourself how that came about anyway. Do you remember who first mentioned PT where they were like, Tessa's probably going to call me a great big baby over this, but PT I could not do. You remember?
Barry?
Yes.
Yeah. Barry, a.k.a. Sky High Gaming.
Yep.
Actually was afraid I was going to call him a baby because he will not play PT. I said, oh no, buddy. You're not a pussy or a baby or whatever because I won't play that game. Our friend Bree has played it as well. I actually first time of me ever seeing that was her playing it. And and she's also called Tats, Thighs, and...
Tats, Thighs, Pretty Eyes now.
Yeah, Tats, Thighs, and Pretty Eyes. But that's the first time I ever saw gameplay for PT was from our friend Bree. And, like I said, I won't play that game. Oh, no. No. Because after I watched the gameplay for that shit for like an hour and some odd minutes of that shit, one of our friends, Asuka, playing it, I was like, no. Because I legitly could not sleep very well that night. Seeing, Laura. Lisa, Laura, whatever. Begins with an L.
Whatever her name is, scared the shit out of me.
Creepy fucking entity. Okay, scary fucking woman that's like 6 or 7 feet fucking tall looking.
Alright, so I got one. So it's just me in the house. My mother was like gone for the weekend or whatever, or for the week or whatever. And this is back when Blockbuster was still around. Yes, I must be considered an old dinosaur because Blockbuster was still around. Anyway.
Blockbuster boy. Good old days.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I found like 90% of my good horror flicks. But anyway, I remember just one night renting 2 movies from there. And it was Paranormal Activity, the first one, and then The Fourth Kind. Could you maybe see why I put it 3?
Yep. I've had a similar experience with that. The fucking Paranormal Activity ones. Yeah. I can see where he's coming from on that.
But yeah, Christo, since we're on that question, have you had any eerie nights like that where you watched so much or whatever where you couldn't sleep?
I'm trying to think. Like, I don't think mine was like gameplay of anything. My thing is, I read up and like watch a lot of like people talk about like rituals and stuff like that. Even like the creepypasta shit. Some of it's like actually really real with me. And so like when they talk about it, like in the top 15 creepiest rituals and they talk about them. I think I like binge listened to that, and I was actually at work. I don't think I was at the house. I think I was at work at my old job. And I was sitting in the booth, and they were talking about all the creepy little things and stuff. And I'm isolated by myself in, like, a little box surrounded by trees. Just me. So, like, anything that would move, whether it be, like, an animal or just, like, a catch of, like, the shadow of a tree or something, it'd freak me out because I got so paranoid. Because, like, 7 out of the 12 hours is in that box, I had been listening to creepy shit on the YouTube channels. So I think that's probably what's really creeped me out the most. It didn't help that the job, it was haunted where I worked at, had ghosts and stuff, so that paranoid me. But I think that's about it. It was probably stuff like that. Just sitting there by myself in the dark listening to that stuff by myself. What creeped me out the most.
Okay, I've got
PT scary though.
I've got a couple, and maybe you guys will agree. Anybody else, when their screen has gone, like, snowy, go think that they're here people, the TV people? They're here!
Poltergeist.
Yep, the poltergeist.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Not really scary, per se, but it's just one of those things that's like,
Okay, so I'm gonna say, like, back when I used to have cable,
this is gonna
I
be
would want to fall asleep but couldn't. So the next thing I would do is turn on my TV and start looking for something that would put me to sleep. I end up trying to watch The Village, Signs, and the first Boogeyman movie. Fell asleep on all 3 of them.
That's a horrible combination to try to go to sleep on.
Well, they actually put him to sleep.
Yeah, they actually put me to sleep.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah,
Oh,
like they bored me so much that it put me to sleep.
I'm trying to think. I mean, these aren't like movie-wise, but like I'm such a puss. I can't go down a dark hallway. Like, if I leave a hallway and it's dark, my ass books it down the hallway until I get out the hallway. I always have that fear that someone's chasing me behind in a hallway. I can't handle that. I guess it's a confined space, but I can't do it.
Oh, man. I need to write this down before I forget, but I just thought of an awesome future podcast already. But anyway, keep going, guys, because I don't want to mention anything yet. But yeah, you just gave me an idea, Crystal. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
what about the idea of the Twisted Tooth Fairy? Like Darkness Falls, Twisted Tooth Fairy.
Put me to sleep.
Oh man, I'd hate that as a child. I would not want my teeth like under the pillow. Forget that.
It's the concept of her, not the movie I'm talking about.
Oh, the concept?
Yeah, the concept of her. Yeah.
2003.
If she were to show up,
right?
If she were to show up in your
right, but 2003,
bedroom,
right?
Yeah. Yeah, if she were to show up in your bedroom.
So I would have been like 15.
Scampering around on your ceiling. Screeching and stuff.
Yeah, it'd probably scare me if I was younger, maybe.
Let me see here.
How about the idea of, like, stay alive? Yeah, Murray putting in his 2 cents in. Like he usually does.
The concept of stay alive, I actually really liked. Like, you play the video game, and if you die in the video game, you die for real. The exact same way that you die in the video game, you die in real life.
Real life, yeah.
I
like that idea.
I actually really like Stay Alive. And I like how...
I wouldn't make it very long.
I like how they opened the beginning of the movie inside the game. They, like, started the movie off inside the game.
Yeah, I did like that.
Which I thought was really cool.
Alright, I just wrote my idea down, but yeah. Anyway. Crystal, you're so joining us on that episode too. I already know that. I can guarantee you it. But, yes. So anyway, let's see. I'm trying to think. There was one. Oh, well, I know it's not old, but this could happen. So that's why I'm gonna say it. But because I'm staring at the movie right now, I don't know if you guys have ever watched it yet, though. But it's called The House is October Built. It is a found footage movie about these guys that are trying to film a documentary about the best, like, creepiest, like, haunted house ever. And as they're trying to find the best haunted house ever type of deal, they actually get kidnapped. So
I remember you talking about it. I haven't got to see it though.
It used to be on Netflix. I don't know if it still is though, so I would check around, but the concept of that could probably scare somebody. Not so much me right now, because, you know, I'm almost 30 years old, but the idea, I could definitely see, like, a younger generation going, like, oh shit, like, this could fucking happen.
I have to check it out. Check it out, guys. Go check out that movie. I need to check it out so I can watch it.
The House is October Built. I will put a link up to the trailer in the podcast for those of you that would like to check it out.
Since we're talking about movies, I know you guys are talking about there's a long list, but favorite horror movie soundtrack, whether it be a game, a movie, what is your favorite soundtracks?
Silent Hill for one.
I love my Silent Hill. I did not spend like $130 back then to get like the original 8 soundtrack for nothing.
I like the Resident Evil soundtrack. This is the first Resident Evil, not the newest one, just to clarify. Ghost Ship, I like the soundtrack to that movie. Underworld, Creep Shows, see here, House on Haunted Hill. Trying to think what else.
Well, while you're thinking, I'll get my 2 cents in. Definitely Silent Hill. I just love the Silent Hill soundtrack. I definitely love Dead Space soundtrack. At least the first one, anyway. As for other other things, I like Shadow Sympathy.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yep.
Mhm.
Then it's not a movie or game, but just like it's instrumental. It's like a Halloween music type deal. Which you guys should check.
Paul actually introduced me to.
Yeah, I introduced you to them. I would check them out too if you guys haven't gotten a chance. But I'm trying to think, because like I definitely love my Alien soundtracks.
Yeah, as we stare at the big stack you got over there.
And I want to give a shout out to the podcast that I've been listening to called Perfect Organism. They introduced me to a film and soundtrack called Blade Runner, because I never heard of it before. But I definitely like the Blade Runner soundtrack and the movie itself.
Another one for me is Interview with the Vampires soundtrack.
Alright, Queen of the Damned for me then.
And Queen of the Damned. And Lost Boys.
Yeah, that was a pretty decent one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what's a good one? I have to agree with you guys. That sounds such a good. I am really shocked, Paul, that you didn't ever see the Blade Runner. What? You never saw the Blade Runner?
No, apparently not. I never knew that existed, to be honest.
And we watched it the other night because I've seen it before, but he hasn't. So
now you tell me.
Well, it's one of those things that I didn't realize you hadn't seen it. But I actually watched it when I was younger because I watched it with my dad. But anyways, yeah, we watched it like I don't know, like
a couple weeks ago.
And I of course really enjoyed the movie anyways, but Paul found that he actually really enjoyed it as well, and he loved the soundtrack and went with it too.
Yeah, so what did I do? Bought the 2-disc Blu-ray version of Blade Runner and bought
the soundtrack.
And bought the 25th anniversary 3 CD soundtrack to Blade Runner.
Go big or go home.
Exactly.
Well, we knew that was coming.
Exactly. But on another note, my new baby, since we're talking about horror, but my new baby, as I'm going to call it, because it's quite up there in price, but it's in great condition, is H.R. Giger's Alien book. That thing is beautiful and fucking big as fuck. And so much awesome information. May you rest in peace, H.R. Giger, as well. That guy suffered so much, too. He suffered a stroke before he even passed away. And I remember one night, me and Tessa sat down to watch something on Netflix like we normally do, and we ended up picking out his documentary.
Mm-hmm.
Which, when Giger came on screen to talk about his work and stuff, I just felt bad for that guy. Like, he suffers a stroke, and he's trying to talk to you, like, where you can kind of understand what he's saying, but for me, I'm part deaf, but I gotta usually watch something anyway with subtitles, but I just felt bad for that guy.
Poor dude. Like, I'm surprised. At least he was a champ to actually do the interview, even after he had the stroke. So, he was a trooper.
Yeah.
Are there any other soundtracks that you want to add, or you want to move on to the next question?
I guess the only other one I can think of is Halloween and the Poltergeist soundtracks, those are pretty good ones, too.
Mm-hmm.
Those are pretty good soundtracks.
Yes. Other than that, yeah, I guess I'm off that. What about you?
Yeah, I'm actually pretty good.
Alright, well, since we are talking about new films...
Damn it! Oh. I need to say it.
What?
For one more soundtrack, The Witch soundtrack.
Oh, yeah. That soundtrack's awesome.
Yeah, I just had to throw my 2 cents of that movie because I was just staring at the title.
Dochi.
Well, it was just looking at me like, you're really not going to say me? And it's just like, oh yeah, I did just listen to you like 10 times. So good.
Let's see. Are there any horror films you guys are excited for? Or any upcoming horror films that you aren't excited for?
That I'm not excited for is definitely Hellraiser Judgment. Yeah, see, exactly. You just even did a side.
Horror films that I'm looking forward to. Stephen King's Dark Tower. Cult of Chucky, of course. It Comes at Night. Saw Legacy. Alien Covenant. Those are ones that I can think of that I'm looking forward to. Babe?
Definitely It Comes at Night. Definitely Alien Covenant. That's gonna be like...
That's a given.
That's like a day one go see for me. I'm actually
midnight premiere ticket right there.
I'm actually debating on like taking the day off to see in like an early screen too. Well, I get paid that day too, so it worked perfect. But yeah,
it's a perfect sick day.
Cult of Chucky is another one I'm looking forward to. I think that's it for me. There's really not that much this year, but for next year, I'm looking forward to John Carpenter's Halloween and The Predator, the new one.
I'm definitely looking forward to them too. And the new Aliens movie looks really good.
And I guess I can
really
say...
it's going back to the...
Yeah, and I guess I could say that I'm looking forward to possibly next year's next Alien film that I supposedly is coming out next year, but it's called Alien Awakening with Ridley Scott, I guess, confirmed on the next Alien title. So, because according to Ridley Scott, it goes Prometheus, Alien Awakening, and then Alien Covenant. And then he got like 5 more Alien movies that in him left to film. So, hooray! More Aliens!
Hooray!
Woo!
I just hope this one is better than Prometheus, because Prometheus was not... I didn't like Prometheus. That's just me, though.
Well, yeah, that I'm pretty sure we're going to be talking about that in the next season. So, Crystal, we're going to have you on that one, too. So, yeah, there's quite a few people I need for Alien. I know that. So, but, yeah, that's all I can think of for upcoming ones.
Alright, well, are there any upcoming horror games that you guys are looking forward to? Which we all know which ones we're looking forward to.
Well, yeah.
Paul and I are in agreement on quite a few.
Well, let's see what you say.
Visage.
Yep.
Outlast 2.
Yep.
Agony.
Yep.
Ghost Theory.
Yep.
Friday the 13th.
Hell yes.
Got any you want to add, babe?
Yeah, I just had it in my head, and now it's just like... Little Nightmares! There it is. Little Nightmares.
Oh, Little Nightmares. I saw that.
Yep, that comes out next month. Or something like that. So, yeah. Yeah. They're doing a collector's edition for Little Nightmares on Amazon, so... It comes with what they're calling it, like Little Nightmare, the 6th edition or something like that, where you get like 6 items for like $30.
Not bad.
No, it's better than the. as what you're going to be getting on the PlayStation Store. I mean, you're going to be getting the pre-order bonus, of course, but you ain't getting, like, the physical stuff either, so that's the only downfall.
See, the PlayStation is like I wouldn't say necessary evil. Like the PlayStation Store, like it's a quick thing if you don't want to go out and buy something or if you don't want to go on Amazon. But if you can get it from Amazon and get everything, you might as well.
Well,
Instead
that's why I told you look around
bonuses.
first, too. Like, kind of like with Resident Evil 7. Like, at first I pre-ordered a physical copy, but then, I ended up just getting it digitally because it's pretty much the same shit that you're gonna get with the physical, so I was just like, fuck it, whatever.
I'll just go ahead and just get it off the PlayStation or whatever.
Yeah, because at least on the plus side of that, you get a early download, so you can have it ready and go. So when it gets released, you can just play it at midnight on the day it's released. Other than that, it's pretty much the same bullshit unless you want the physical stuff. And then in which case, you might as well go to GameStop or Amazon.
Yeah. Which, I ain't gonna lie, Resident Evil 7 didn't really have that great of stuff, so...
Unless you got the collector's edition, which was like $200 or whatever.
Oh, no, that's too much. Too much money. I'm such a cheapo.
Well, it came with like the house thing with like the sound effects and the light.
Oh, are you talking about Resident Evil?
Oh.
Yeah, it's a music box.
Yeah, the music box.
It's like a house
music box.
House music box.
Then you also get like a finger USB unit thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not too worried.
Okay, I probably would have took the music box. But I don't know.
Because I think it played Go Tell Aunt Rhody as the music.
Oh man.
I think
it
like
something with the box.
That's Crystal's favorite thing.
That's one of the best things in that game is the damn song.
Yeah, I have to agree. I do like that song a lot.
Yeah, by the way, babe, you're gonna tell Crystal why you like that song?
Why I like it?
Yeah, because you already know the fucking words already.
Yeah,
goddammit.
I already know the freaking song, like the words and everything.
Yep.
Don't feel bad. I have blared on the speakers in my house when I'm cleaning. So I'm pretty sure my neighbors think I'm a big old weirdo, but it's okay.
Whatever. Fuck
I know that song by heart. Yeah, fuck them. I don't care. Let's see. What would you guys change about the horror genre today?
It sucks.
I would go back to how classics were when they were scary and they made you tense up and put you on edge and you were like on the edge of your seat and it was like the edge of the seat storyline type of shit. I would go back to stuff like that.
The good old days.
Good old days.
Yep.
Get rid of that
shit that actually made you like want to cry. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nowadays, it's horrible. Like,
I want horror shit that's actually going to be like scary. It's actually going to scare me.
That's why, like, when me and you talked about that on the episode about horror, what the fuck happened, like...
Yeah.
Like, I mentioned The Witch because I just remember reading people bashing the film because they went to go see it to get scared. It's like, did we just become a generation where we're going to movie theaters just to be scared? Like, why not a good story? Like, kind of like Perfect Organism. They always talk about Alien needs a good story. Well, unfortunately, with the way Ridley Scott has been talking about, oh, don't worry, there's gore and blood and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, there's going to be gore and blood. But, I personally, not only do I go, wouldn't, kind of like, when I see an alien film, we'll just put it this way, except for Prometheus, I didn't see that one in theaters because at first I kind of didn't know if it was an alien spoof or if it was an alien film until afterward. But anyway, my point is, like, kind of like when AVP came out, of course I went for the story, but I mainly went to root for the aliens. As weird as that sounds, but I actually went there just so I could root the alien to kill people.
Like
I rooted for the Predator.
Yeah, like you go from like vampires like Lost Boys to vampires like Twilight.
I glitter.
And then you go.
Oh, I'm sorry. I sparkle.
And then you and then you go back to vampires like 30 Days of Night, and those are ones that are like, holy fucking shit. Compared to I glitter, I sparkle, sparkly bitches of Twilight. You know.
We can all agree they're not vampires. Those are fairies.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm sorry, but if your body does not burst into flames upon contact of the sun, or at least be smoking, then you're not a vampire. You, sir, are a fairy.
Yep.
I do have to agree with you guys, though. Horror nowadays is more of a cash crop.
Yes.
More blood, more gore, more people go to see it.
Yep.
The thing is, if you want someone to truly be scared, you have to have a good storytelling. You have to have something that they're going to get involved in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sure, blood and gore get so far, but if there's not a good story, you're not going to have that initial fear that you want.
Yeah, like I was saying, that edge of the seat fucking storyline, like.
I will help defend horror a little bit, but like, okay, so last year I went and saw, two I saw in theaters, one I saw on DVD. I just knew I'd probably like it, so I just got the DVD without even seeing it first. But anyway, the first one was The Boy. I saw The Boy.
Yeah, me too.
Not really impressed with it, but I liked the idea, I guess. Like, it was an interesting idea of what they were trying to do. But I think it could have been so much more than what it was. The second movie that I saw last year was The Witch. Loved that film. Loved it. The other one was Lights Out.
Yes, we watched that together.
Yes, we did. I kind of was skeptical at first about the movie because I just like I'll ask it as a question for you guys. How do you guys feel about PG-13 horror films compared to rated R horror film? But before you guys answer, I just wanted to throw my 2 cents out there about Lights Out. That was the only thing that was making me skeptical about it, was because Lights Out was PG-13. But once me and Tessa watched it, I actually was like dumbfounded a little bit, because I was just like, wow, for a PG-13 film, this was decent.
And then I told him that there was actually a short film that
based
was done before it that's based off of it.
See, I've seen the short film of Lights Out. I haven't seen the movie, but I did see the short film.
Speaking of, since you just happened to mention short film, but anyway, I just had to get this out here too, but Babadook, which is actually going to be our next episode, so stay tuned for that one. But I just wanted to throw my 2 cents out there too. It was also made from a short story, Babadook was.
Yeah, I love the Babadook as well. That's a great film.
The short story was even good too. But once again, it kind of goes with, like, I kind of wish the movie was more different than the short film in small little ways, but otherwise, I love Babadook. But yeah, so for you guys, how do you guys feel about PG-13 ratings over R-rated for horror films now?
If they have a good storyline and, you know, they draw you in and they're pretty decent, then I'm okay with PG-13 movies. I mean, as long as they don't suck, I'm good. I've even seen some, like, rated R horror movies that have sucked in comparison to a PG-13.
Paranormal Activity.
Yes. So yeah. That's my thoughts on that.
I guess one thing is, like I said, it all goes back to the storyteller. I don't mind if it's PG-13 as long as it has a good story. It don't have to have all the blood and gore, but if it makes me scared, then I'm fine with it being PG-13. If it's a good, thought-out movie, I'm fine with it. Don't make it colorful and rainbows with dancing ponies or nothing, but make it a good, scary story, and then I'm fine with it.
Yeah, like two examples that I saw a long time ago that made me go, I don't think I'm going to watch any more PG-13 horror films anymore, was The Uninvited and The Unborn. Those two did not impress me.
I don't think I've seen them.
Good, stay away from them. I mean, if you want to watch them once, go for it. I mean, but I would just say stay away from them. They're not worth really.
Don't go out and buy them or nothing. Try to find a free version of it to watch.
Yeah, exactly.
You got anything else there, guys? Or we got 2 more questions to go.
You have anything?
No, I'm good. I'm ready for the next question. Shoot.
All right. You don't have to answer this, guys. If you want to keep it an elusive mystery for the listeners, that's fine. But do you want to give them a little taste of the upcoming podcast of what ideas you have going on for the next ones, or do you want to keep it a secret?
You want to talk about some?
I will mention one that we will be talking about, and we will be talking about the Resident Evil franchise.
Which we're going to be doing 2 episodes for Resident Evil.
We're going to do one on games, and then we're going to do one on the movies.
Because there is a lot to discuss
to
about.
Cover.
Yeah, there is a lot to cover.
So that's what I'm going to give as a little teaser.
As another teaser, we recently did a category check. And what I mean by category check is we went by film, book, movie, other. And what I mean by other is like, what do we consider other? Like, like what the fuck happened, horror, and a couple other things. And so that kind of helped draw our attention of what we should focus on more episodes of. So that way we can kind of balance it out so it's not just horror movies. But we found that we definitely need to discuss more books, games. It's kind of close to film, but we still feel like we should discuss more on games. And what was the other one? Figurines.
All right. Well, see, and they also mentioned we're doing one on aliens, and they're going to be doing one on the Babadook. So stay tuned. They got a lot of stuff coming up that's going to be freaking awesome. So, I mean, that's just a little taste of what horror is to come. All right. Get ready for this drum roll. What has been your favorite podcast to host so far on everything horror?
I'm going to have to say one of my favorites is the All Ladies podcast for Outlast. That's one of my favorites. I just thought that was a really awesome idea where you take 3 women that played Outlast of all games, and we all talk about it. I just thought it was great because Outlast was pretty freaking brutal.
It was.
So,
and we all beat it. We beat the game
the DLC. Yep, we all beat the game. We all beat the DLC. I played the demo.
And I'm gonna quote this again from the all-female podcast. If these ladies can beat it, so can you. So don't be a pussy.
Yeah.
Don't be a chicken shit.
Don't be a chicken shit. If 3 women could beat this game, so can you.
Yep.
Suck it up, cupcakes. Another favorite. Oh gosh. Help me out here, baby.
Well,
The creep show one was fun. Until Dawn was fun.
Well, you didn't host that one.
I didn't host it. I'm talking about ones that were favorites in general. Child's Play was fun to talk about.
What was your least favorite?
My least favorite?
Probably the first episode.
Probably our first one, because we kind of were going flying in blind. We, flew in blind. We were like, oh, what the hell? Let's just dive into it. Because we were just trying it out to see how it felt, and, we didn't really...
We didn't have specific topics.
We didn't have specific topics to talk about, and we kind of jumped from one thing to another, and
how I ran it on the fact that they canned the Friday the 13th movie because Ring did horrible on open weekend, which everybody could have told you that. Fucking idiot.
Yeah, so the first episode would definitely have to be my least favorite, because we just,
my favorite would have to be the Until Dawn when I hosted that one. That was fun because that was our most special guest. And it was just a lot of fun. That was also our first ever longest podcast, too. So that was definitely fun. Plus, I was drinking that episode. It was awesome. My least favorite was, probably episode 1. Yeah.
All the podcasts are my favorite podcasts.
Aww. Krista.
You are a true believer.
You are a loyal follower of everything horror.
But yeah, I mean, we wouldn't like you so much anyway that you would be on almost 90% of our episodes.
Yeah! Yeah! Crystal is our most frequent guest on almost all of our podcasts. She's on 85.9% of them.
That's why I just threw
I think it's 3 of them I'm not in.
Yeah. But she's awesome. We love having her on, and it's awesome to have her being the host and questioning us. That's great.
Well, I'll throw in too, I just got this idea the other night, and I was just like, hey babe, what do you think about if we could get somebody to interview us so that way people could get to know us more?
Yeah.
So then I just kind of tossed a message out there
and then Crystal's like, I'll do it!
I'll do it!
I'll do it! Pick me!
Do you see me? My hand's raising up in the air.
Both hands are in the air. Oh, yeah. I have fun doing these. I love talking about horror. I love hanging with you guys. And if someone else wanted to do it, then I'd have been like, go for it, But no one else seemed like they wanted to do it, so I was like, I'll do it. I'm down for this game.
Yeah.
So, I enjoy this.
Yeah, that's kind of one reason why, too, I decided also to send you guys the upcoming horror episode, because that way everybody can see what me and Tessa are kind of boiling in the pot, per se. And that way we can try to see who would like to talk about it, so that way we can have more of an interesting conversation, so it's not just me and her, too. Mm-hmm. That's why we like having you, Crystal, too, sometimes, because you help the conversation, just like with Creepshow. That was a fun, I will say that was fun.
That was a fun one.
Surviving Until Dawn, that episode, that was favorite, too, just because everybody had a different experience, like me, which you guys were boo on me for some couple of them, but or I was a traitor, one or the other. But anyway, the point is, it's just good to have a mixture of different people who had different outcomes, whether it be games or movies or whatever. I mean, something about one of us would have to have something different. which makes the podcast easier because then we can go in and be like, oh, well, kind of like with me with Until Dawn. Like, I actually chose to kill Josh at first while you guys tried to save, I definitely just butchered that thing. I meant to say, like, save Josh, which you guys all saved Ashley. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where you were getting called
traitor.
Oh, you're the traitor.
Because you saved Josh and not Ashley.
Yep.
But you're like you do that with any video game though. You'll play like both. If there's like more than one ending, you will play both. Like you will do you will play out every possible outcome there is. That's just how you are with, games.
Yeah, because I just like to see it. I'm not just that one person that just goes, oh, I just beat the game once, I don't want to play it again. No. I want to see what it could have been if I went a different route. Because I just find that to be much more fun.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can kind of see how the story could change, what stayed the same, whatever. But I just find it to be fun.
I was like that with Until Dawn. I think I played that a couple of times just to get the different outputs, the different stories to it. So I'm like, except for Resident Evil, I'm probably not gonna go get the good ending. That ending made me mad. The bad ending I got. I was like, oh, that's shit. So I'm not gonna go play the other one. But I mean, Until Dawn, I played several times to get all the endings on it. And it's good at, I like the podcast when we have a bunch of people because, like y'all said, different experiences for different people. And it's a big old mixing pot, so we can all discuss things that, what we like, what we didn't like, what we did, what we didn't do. It
what
brings
could
us
have
all
been
together.
changed, even, like, what we, I mean, that's why I kind of like your guys' All Ladies podcast, because you guys went into detail about, like, what you're looking forward to with Outlast and what you're not looking forward to, like...
What we liked, what we didn't like, what we hated,
over there, and up there.
How we all freaking
thought... we hope the Outlast is going to be...
Yeah, how we were all talking about freaking Rick Traeger and his butt and stuff, too. That was hilarious.
That nice ass.
That was hilarious.
Doing squats.
That man does some squats, man.
Freaking and Chris Walker. Oh my fucking god. What a pain in the ass.
Oh, I can't stand on Chris Walker.
I don't think any of us did.
We didn't. We were glad when he died.
Yeah. We were all like, yay! Until the freaking wall rider came after us, and then we're like, oh damn.
Oh shit. I thought we were on the same team, buddy. Well, is there anything else you guys want to add?
Yeah, the only thing that I noticed you didn't have any questions for, dun dun dun, you almost hit every single one except for one, but that's okay because I'm staring right at them. I actually have 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got like 9 figurine things, statues, whatever you want to call it, of aliens. And then I got like 2 Predator things of Predator. 3 things of Predator, never mind. I almost forgot about that one. So yeah, I got like a pop figure of Predator. I got a Hero Cross statue of AVP Scar Predator. I also have the Alien and Predator figurine collection Predator. Yeah. I got some Predator.
Do you have anything, Tessa? Like any kind of figurines?
You got the Rocky Horror.
I've got the Rocky Horror one of Dr. Frankenfurter, and I've got like Alice in Wonderland and stuff like that. I'm probably gonna expand in figurines, but
that's a start.
Yeah, it's a start. But I have more of a like thing for movies. I guess my collection's
The
more
figurines?
extensive. Yeah, I guess my collection's more extensive in movies than figures.
For me, for non-alien items, I have Chucky, Jason Voorhees, which my girlfriend got me. Tessa got me Jason Voorhees for our anniversary 1 month. And I also have Freddy Krueger.
Because I love you, baby.
And I love you too.
Yeah, I got him a couple of Jason Voorhees related items for 1 month for one of our anniversaries.
Yeah. So I mentioned
that's
the pop figure. What else did you get me?
I got you the
Crystal Lake History.
Yeah, I got him the where is it?
Crystal Lake Memories.
Crystal Lake Memories, the complete history of Friday the 13th.
Which is like
That's
2
awesome.
discs.
Yeah, I think it's a couple of discs.
Yeah,
It's
2
like,
discs.
but it's like everything like Friday the 13th related.
Yep.
That's awesome. I know Paul was super happy to get that.
Oh, yes. Which, it's kind of like when you guys see the image of this podcast, you're going to notice that, like, we're both wearing the same shirt, which is horror equals life, with the I in life is a knife.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a funny story, actually. So the company name is called Serial Killer Shop, which I actually messaged them to see if one day they could possibly do an interview with us about their shop, which at the moment they're busy right now, but they actually said that they'll keep in touch with us. So keep your fingers crossed. That would be badass. But anyway, the point of the story is they had a deal one time where it was free shipping, and I bought my my shirt for Horror Equals Life, and I said, "Hey babe, I got the shirt Horror Equals Life," and then Tessa was saying something about getting it, and then she was just like, "Well, you wouldn't mind getting it, would you?" And I was just like, "All right, I'll get it, but which one do you want?" Because they had like different selections, because you could go from like long sleeve t-shirt to a tank top. So she pretty much decided on pretty much the same exact thing that I ordered, and I ordered the second one. I think it was like a couple minutes later, I get an email from Serial Killer Shop asking me if I meant to put in 2 orders of the same item. I wrote back to them and said, yes. One is for me, and one is for my lovely girlfriend. And they actually wrote back, and they're just like, that is awesome.
That is awesome.
And then the first weekend that me and her actually went out of the house wearing both the shirts, I actually tagged Serial Killer Shop on Twitter, and I made the post say something like, when both hosts go out in public with the same shirt, matching shirts or something. And Serial Killer Shop on Twitter actually liked that tweet and actually replied back to it saying that they loved it. So
That's awesome.
So that's the type of stuff that I like to have. I like to have that, like, that positive awesomeness. I will say, because I'm throwing it out there, the most interesting item wise, I guess you could say, for like movie wise, even though it wasn't really movie, well, it is and then it isn't. So another interesting thing is, if anybody here has ever heard of the Saw games for like PS3, there's like 2 Saw games for PS3. The first one I find to be a lot more better than the second one that came out. But anyway, what I found really ironic is that if you pre-ordered the second Saw game, you would have gotten a deck of playing cards of the first movie of Saw.
Dude, that's cool.
So I actually still have that sealed too, because I never opened it because I was just like, really? I got a playing card deck for pre-order and stock too. Flesh and Blood was the name of the game. That was another cool thing, just out of random, because you never would have thought something like that would have gotten a pre-order bonus. But anyway, yeah, that was kind of cool. How about you guys? Do you ever pre-ordered like a horror game or anything where you gotten like a badass pre-order or item, bonus item that you weren't really expecting? No?
Sadly, no.
Yeah, sadly not.
Yeah, like I said, that was just random. That was pretty much a random thing. I still remember walking into GameStop the day to pick it up, and they're just like, oh, well, apparently you got this as a pre-order bonus. And I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, cool.
I'll take it.
I'll take it. Yeah. Other than that, I'm staring right at it, so I might as well mention it. But one of my other babies is the Alien vs. Predator Hunters Edition for the PS3. I actually got that bad boy for like $78 on eBay. Found that thing dirt cheap instead of like what people are asking for it, which is like 130, 150, 200, depending on where you're looking. But then again,
The only thing I have. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, but that's almost like saying like I remember getting my tax return one year and getting the Silent Hill sound box set, which came with the 8 original game soundtracks. That was $130, and then go to find that now. Good luck. Good luck finding it under $200.
So you actually gotta do it yours.
Yeah.
I don't have anything interesting. I have my Frankenfurter pop figure and my Columbia pop figure from Rock Hard Picture Show. And I have a Jareth one from the Labyrinth.
Ah, yes, I love that movie.
It's David Bowie.
I love that movie so much.
I do too. I love David Bowie.
I actually want the Blu-ray anniversary.
30th anniversary.
Yeah.
$10 too.
Yeah, I want it.
I want it so much. Okay, so I'll kind of throw in a random thing here.
I fucking love Tim Burton movies in general too.
So one of my goals in a future purchase is and this is me sounding like a little kid again, but I don't care. I want to purchase the fucking Lego set of the haunted house, which is like almost $500, but it would be worth it.
So much fun to build.
Yeah, exactly.
Babe, stay home like all weekend and do nothing but Lego stuff.
Damn right.
Dude, you're never too old for Legos. I love Legos.
I love Legos still.
So you're never too old for Legos.
No. But that new Lego stuff that came out like a couple years ago, what the fuck is that shit? That's not Legos. Get the fuck out of here.
Go back to old school stuff.
Yeah.
This is trash.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's pretty much
The generations are changing, though.
Think. Oh, no. So, I know Crystal didn't have this as a thing, but it kind of goes back to, like, future podcasting of what we have in store. Another thing that I will say is that we might start doing something for seasons. And what I mean by that is, like, Valentine's Day, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. We're going to probably have some episodes regarding, like, that type of stuff. Which,
That's going to be fun.
I already know what we're going to do for Thanksgiving.
Oh, geez, that movie.
Yep, that movie. Well, I don't want to spoil it just yet. But,
all I'm going to say is, when we go to talk about it, those of you who have seen it or haven't seen it, you're most likely going to go, what the fuck?
And you're probably going to notice that Tessa might be drinking that episode too.
Yeah, I might be drinking that episode. Just throwing that out there right now.
So it might be like hardcore rum or something because she ain't gonna be sober for this one.
I'll probably be about 20 times more entertaining being drunk talking about this subject.
I haven't been drunk in a long time.
Oh,
Anyway.
come on now. That movie you're talking about is not that bad. Just like, yeah, whatever.
If you could only see the look that Pepper's giving.
That's definitely one of those movies where I watched it and I'm like, what the fuck am I watching?
And the best part, is the quote unquote second movie. There's actually a drinking game for it.
And we actually played it one night.
Yeah,
Oh,
we actually played it with the beer that we had. Yeah, that was fun.
I'm pretty sure y'all got trashed.
Buzz.
If we would have really have done what they wanted us to do,
yeah, we would have been
we
trashed.
would have been trashed.
But we needed like more alcohol than what we had.
Yeah.
We needed like harder
lame.
stuff. Yeah, they wanted us to have like harder stuff on.
They wanted us to do like shots for certain things and
chugging for
others and taking sip for
Good
the
Lord.
bullshit wine.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We should freaking like screenshot that drinking game
And then use it
and
as the
send
episode.
it, and not only that, but send it to like Crystal so she can see what we were talking about.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, we can do that.
I ain't been drunk in a long time. I haven't played a drinking game in a long time. I passed out in like the first 15 minutes. Super drunk.
Well, we can all maybe play asshole one night and sing Kumbaya. I mean, I don't know. Throwing it out there. But,
Well, do you guys have anything else to say before we wrap it up?
I guess the other thing I'm looking forward to movie-wise, now that I'm kind of thinking about it, is the next Jurassic World 2. I am kind of looking forward to that.
I am. I kind of want to see it. I saw the first one. It was pretty good, so, I mean.
Oh, speaking of which, Crystal, do you remember when I mentioned to you about the Jurassic World Collector's Edition for the first one?
Mm-hmm.
Look it up on Amazon now to see the price. But you can do that after the podcast if you want. But yeah, you can say
Right.
you can almost say holy fucking price reduced.
Shit.
Yeah, because you could probably afford it now. Because I remember before you were like, I don't know if I can afford this. But, and then I think I said something like, yeah, well, whatever. Like, give it time.
It'll go down.
It will, and it did. Other than that, yeah, I think I'm all set.
Yeah, I'm all set too. Thank you very much
Well,
for hosting, Crystal, and picking our brains.
Yeah, that was definitely quite entertaining. I hope, anyway, the listeners got entertained out of this. But, yeah.
I hope you guys enjoyed it.
I know I did.
I was honored to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely was fun trying to pick my brain about, like, what got me into horror and stuff. Like, 'cause it is kind of hard now, just considering it's been so many years now, but whatever. I mean, you can only remember so much.
That's true. Especially when you're sitting there trying to think about everything that you've watched and seen in the past years, you're like, oh, so much.
See, that's the
so
thing.
much horror.
If I was one of those guys that, well, maybe not one of those people, but let's just say, like, if you could literally go back in time to tell your old self to start writing down everything you've ever seen, I can only imagine, like, all the shit that I've seen.
Books. I have books and stuff.
Oh, God, yeah. Probably would. But, yeah. So, babe, do you have anything else to add?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
As we always say.
Stay scary, bitches. But Crystal has the say this time.
Well, boys and girls, stay scary.